All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the delay today. I know we were supposed to go about an hour ago in X-Plane 12. I'm done with that sim, man. I can't do it. I tried. I have a download error again, CRC error. This happened last time I tried to update the sim. It just does it hangs every time, and then it just I don't know. I tried new installers, tried everything you could think of other than just deleting everything and reinstalling the whole sim, but I just can't. I can't do it anymore. Drove me up a wall, so we're just going to fly something that's better than X-Plane 12, and that's Microsoft 2024. I have a wife and 4 kids. I don't have time to maintain a sim. Microsoft 2024, you don't maintain it. You fire it up, it checks for an update. If it's got an update, you update it, you're good to go. Get beautiful scenery, beautiful lighting, wonderful flight dynamics. And today we're testing something a little bit abnormal. I mean, we're flying the Azobo 747-8 freighter. Now, I enjoyed this airplane in 2020. I actually thought it flew pretty decently especially with force feedback yoke, and I tested it a tad in 2024, but my problem was the sounds were terrible, and there was no way to get a sound pack to it. Well, now you can get the FtSim sound pack working with this airplane, and that adds a whole lot of immersion, if you ask me. Now, it's not perfect. There are still some missing sounds that you're going to find here and there, but it kind of, I don't know. This will be our first full flight. You guys let me know what you think. The model is pretty decent. The textures are pretty decent, actually. I wish I could get the old more right rudder Mike cockpit texture mod in the cockpit here, but we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna load it up. We're gonna do a short flight over to Bethel, Alaska, and there is a snowstorm right now over there, so that should be interesting for the approach. So without further ado, let's rock and roll. No, we're not in Ontario. We are in Anchorage, Alaska. How much hackery is needed to get it to work? Gray shirt. If I could figure it out, you could figure it out. All you gotta do is create a file, drop another folder into that file, and rename a file. That's literally it. It's easier to do than almost the original FtSim file modifying. So that's what is on the plate for today. Also, if we have any more crashes, I think I know what's happening. Fingers crossed we don't have a crash. I'm trying to remedy it with some other solutions. So I realized the AMD driver timeout error is susceptible to a couple different things. First and foremost, I'm running a 128 hertz and a 60 hertz with 2 monitors. I have a very old 60 hertz 1080p monitor that I run the chat and OBS on. And when you have timings that are that far off with AMD, that's strike number 1. Now, when you also have OBS running, and you're trying to render 2K and it's on a 1080p with the monitor thing, it's there's issues with that too. So there's 2 strikes. And then there was something else that I was reading that could cause issues. So I hope I have a solution. I got the same monitor. I got another 2K monitor coming tomorrow, and then I'll have at least 2 identical monitors, and maybe that will help with any other issues with the driver timeout error. Now, yesterday, unfortunately, we just had internet issues. Hopefully that isn't going to be the problem for today. But short flight should be short and sweet. It is real time, real weather. The sun is coming up here in Alaska, and it's going to be awesome. Can a 7.4 get into Bethel? We're going to find out, Nathan Wallace. We are going to find out together, man. I am not using Chase Plane. I don't like any hackery in my sim. Give it a month or 2 to see how it stabilizes. I've seen there's problems all over the place with Chase Plane. People are having issues with it because it's not native. It causes your sim to get, like, I don't know, it hacks your sim to do things, and it causes issues, and I'm not interested in that. So Classic Jet says, good call, went to 2x the same monitor and it solved a few issues. That's good to hear, man, because I think that is a part of the problem. Who we got blasting off here? 737. Also, Al Ayubi released the 737 Astrojet livery update for the 737 today. Ooh, that's a BBJ or a freighter 73, I'm not sure. He released that, one of my favorite liveries of all time on the 73, so we may have to alternate that Lear stream. I don't know, we'll see. Let's get enough chit chat. Let's get this puppy fired up. How did V1, did you get the 12.4 beta? I tried to install it, man. I actually tried to go from 12.2 to 12.3, and it was hanging. So I couldn't even go to the beta. I didn't want to go to the beta. I just wanted to fly the most stable version of X-Plane 12. And I can't, man. I'm so tired of trying to maintain that sim. if the TFDI releases and 7.4 releases, I will never need X-Plane 12 again. The only reason they're on my system is because the Fila 747 is awesome and the Rotate MD-11 is nice. But that's it. I mean, I was looking a little bit at Q8 stream. He's rocking 12.4, and I mean it's the same. I mean it's a gray sim. Like, where's Gray Shirt at? Like, it's just gray. There's some cool things with water and effects, and I agree you can make it look nice and low light, but I don't have time to maintain that. It's more of a headache for me than enjoyment, which is kind of where I'm at. I'm just if I don't enjoy it, I don't want to fly it. Gray Shirt is here. I thought I saw your name. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get into the cockpit here. Let's go ahead and turn off that ugly flashlight. Left Alt F. Shall we? And let's go ahead and boot this puppy up. So we do have ground power on board. We'll get the battery switch on. Now, I've noticed some switch sounds don't necessarily work with this sound pack, but it's a small trade-off for the sounds.
8133, holding short runway tree.
I'm going to turn that radio down. But I say I got my wing views here. Look at all the UPS. All right, cool. All right, let's get this thing booted up. Migs dropping the 5 gifted memberships, my man. I appreciate it. Very, very kind. Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas Eve, Migs. Good to see you, man. Thank you for all the support. I'm so bummed that we couldn't get yesterday's stream to Serena Station, man. That was such a bummer. All right, standby power is in auto. APU is off for right now. These are all in auto. We'll throw these two in auto. Actually, no, we'll leave the two outers on auto. That looks good. Let's get some lights set here. Let's get the dome light on, glare shield lights. Get this thing juiced up. Don't need a storm light. We'll get the nav light on. We'll get the logo lights on. Window heats, let's go ahead and get those on right now because there is some frost out there. Get the emergency exit lights are armed. Interphone is already on. Servo's on. Fire test, which I don't think works actually, so we'll leave that off. Coming down the right-hand side. Overhead on the 748 is so auto, it's crazy. There's really not a whole lot to do. We'll go equipment cooling to normal, and that's pretty much the extent of the overhead there. Get the rest of our panel lights set up here. Get the maps lights. Get these display lights. All right, we'll go seatbelts auto as well. And we'll get plugging away at the FMC. Migs, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you. Got to head out for a bit to grab a gingerbread latte. Ooh, it's the talk of the town. Have a good departure. Hey, Migs, thank you so much for your support, man. Thanks for the generous 5 gifted subs. And enjoy the gingerbread latte, my man. Appreciate all the support. Nathan says, I tried getting an X-Plane, but Flight Sim has always been way more ready to go right out of the box, even back in the FSX days. Yep, that's it, man. It's almost like you have to constantly maintain it. I did get my PAP3. Yes, I got my autopilot panel mapped to the MCP. I really wish I could get my FMC mapped to this. But unfortunately I can't. Now, I did order the 747 FMC from WinWing a while ago. It hasn't showed up yet because I want to use it for some 7.3 stuff as well, because the buttons are actually a little bit more accurate with departure, ATC, and VNAV instead of climb, cruise, descent. So hopefully that'll work with this. But either way. Miss V1, 8 out of 10 will not do a gingerbread. What? 8 out of 10 would not do gingerbread latte again? Miss V1 Sim says. Really? I thought it was pretty delicious. What's on the slate today? Are you going to be getting anything? Where are my FCU lights for this thing here? Panel light, that's this. Is it this one over here? Let me actually, I need to get my panel, my Mobi flight connected. Give me one sec here. Because, yeah, we do want the autopilot panel working. So let me get my MF connector up and running, and then we'll be good to go here. Nope, don't want to update Mobi flight during stream. Alright, it looks like Mobi is connecting. I have a PFP4 and I can't get it to work in 2024. It needs a firmware update, either SimApp or Mobi. Really, Darth Rust. Someone else said that too, and I'm a little bit concerned. But you know what? I was messing with Mobi Flight, trying to get the pilot a flight plan working, and I might end up making my own profile here pretty soon because I kind of figured out how to do it. Just takes some time. V1 coming in hot with Well, Miss V1, are you getting, what did we get today? Oh, how about Sweet Jane's, Honey Badger. Sweet Jane's Honey Badger Latte, I think is what we need to do, Miss V1. All right, let's go ahead and get the box loaded up here. We're going to be going Anchorage to, I have to move my speed brake lever because it's just, that clear button is right in the way. So Anchorage to Bethel, Alaska, PABE. We'll activate that, execute. And let me call ATC right now. Let's get our clearance. And let's have Jeff Fabiano get the clearance for us.
Giant 357 Heavy, ready for IFR clearance to Bethel Airport.
Giant 357 Heavy, Anchorage clearance, cleared to Bethel Airport. Radar vector Sparavom then is filed. Maintain for 1,000 feet. Expect flight level 340, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.6, squawk 2154.
Get 4,000 set there.
Cleared to Bethel Airport. Radar vectors Sparavom then is filed.
Right,
Maintain for 1,000 feet. Expect flight level 340, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.6, squawk 2154, Giant 357 Heavy.
It's going to be basically radar vector to Sierra Quebec Alpha.
Heavy. Read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for push or start.
Ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start. Giant 357 Heavy.
Jeff Fabiano is killing it on that one there. All right, SQA, VIDA, VIDDA. VIDA, execute. There used to be, the default sounds have really nice clicky FMC sounds, but those go away when you put in the Gen X sound pack. Which, I mean, hopefully maybe over time they can fix that, but we're going to just go with it. I mean, I guess you really don't hear McDo sounds in the airplane, to be honest with you, in the real airplane either. It's just nice when you're at a desktop sim so you know that you actually clicked it. All right, Victor 319 to weak, and then direct bet, and then pay.
UPS 104 Heavy, request pushback.
All right, my goodness, which one is it? That one? I hope it's that one.
UPS 104 Heavy,
Yep.
Anchorage ground,
After
pushback
bet,
approved.
direct to the
Face
airport.
south.
19er right, so let's go
Pushback
arrival
approved. Face
index,
south. UPS
paid,
10 for Heavy.
ILS Zulu 19er right, execute, and we're probably going to have to pull out our own charts for this one. We'll put you into plan mode here. And let's go ahead and step through this. VIDA weak, bet, and then out to cat hub. Zoom the range out. So actually, we're going to go, we'll probably get vectors prior to, but that looks good for right there. All right, init ref, this is where we're going to set our own fueling situation. So we'll go back to the map page. We'll zoom you back down to the airport page so we can see what our taxi is. What was our squawk code, by the way, Jeff? It was 2154. 2154 will throw you into TARA as well. All right, squawk code is set 2154 in above mode. As far as fuel loading goes, I missed membership gift from Fireflyer. Drop in the 5 gifted subs. Fireflyer, my man. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you. Very, very kind. If you pick a membership up from Fireflyer, shout them out. So very kind of you, man. All right, not flight planner. We need to go to flight performance, weight and balance, fuel. We're going to take a lot less than we have on board. We only needed, shoot, we only need like a quarter of this. We're going to knock this down to about 35% fuel. All right, and then cargo, we're actually going to run this up. Our max landing is 763. I'm trying to get a lot of cargo in here so we're not super light just because we have 0 fuel. So we're going to go 760. We'll go 64% full on the cargo. And that's what I like. So load aircraft immediately. That is set. We'll verify our fuel here on the ND. Fuel is 139.7. That's plenty of fuel to go there, back, and go hold and do another approach. So we're all set there. So now we'll just bring in the 0 fuel weight, 621.9 reserves of 10 thou. Cruise altitude, it's a short flight. What are we going up to? 340? 340, execute. We'll do a cost index of 5 because it's a short flight, like I said. All right, thrust slim, no derates. We want to hear this. TO1, takeoff. We're going to be flaps. What is our flaps for departure on this thing?
Pushback approved.
Flaps
Face south.
5.
UPS 67 heavy.
Nope. Flaps 10. I forget the takeoff
UPS
settings
6
on
for
this.
heavy. Request
There we go.
pushback.
Flaps 10. CG
UPS 6 for
is...
heavy. Anchorage ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
I don't know what our CG is, to be honest with you.
Pushback approved. Face south. UPS 6 for heavy.
November 2,
33,
12, Uniform Sierra,
11.
request taxi to the active.
November 212 Uniform Sierra. Runway tree taxi via Kilo.
Forward
Runway
11
tree
after
taxi via
the center
Kilo.
of gravity
November
0.
212 Uniform Sierra.
Really? We're going to go with that. Boom, boom, boom. Speeds are set 174. We'll dial in 174. Ooh, look at that UPS taxiing by. All right, 174 is set. We're Toga. We're going to be heading off the ground. The VNAV is armed. Let's get the APU fired up here. APU start, and fueling is completed, so we get the main tank pumps on as well. How'd you get FTSim working? BKG Blueface. There is a post in the Discord by Infian. I'm actually probably going to have to pin it. There's some directions to do it. Somebody posted them somewhere, but I know we have them in the Discord. I don't take credit for it, but it's very simple. You just have to make another folder name and rename something, and then you'll get them to work.
Heavy. Request taxi.
But if you ask in the Discord, I'm sure someone will find it. Or just search for FTSim, and you'll see the post from Infian. Yeah, VHF1 is way too loud, man. What's going on here? Well, now I need someone else to talk so I can hear.
Contact Anchorage Tower 118.3. Have a good one.
Contact Tower 118.3, November 212, Uniform Sierra.
Alright, APU should be up and running.
For heavy. Request taxi to the active.
So we're going to go auto.
UPS 6 for heavy. Runway
External power, APU gen is on. APU gen 2 is on. External powers are all disconnected. Fuel pumps are on. We need to get engine bleeds on. Packs on. That all sets. Outflow valves are open. They should be open. Yep, it's in the open position. Alright, overhead looks good. Let me turn down this panel flood here.
UPS 6 for heavy. Hold position for company traffic.
I need to find where the...
Hold position for traffic. UPS
That's
6
the
for heavy.
FCU. There's got to be one more chart light. No.
UPS 6 for heavy.
There's got to be a
Continue
light
taxi.
for this thing here.
Continue taxi. UPS 6 for heavy.
For this guy.
UPS 6 for heavy. Hold position for company traffic.
Alright, I don't need to listen to the radio right now. We're just turning the radio off. Let's go auto brakes RTO. Flaps are set. Man, I thought there was a light for that. Alright. I think we are ready for pushback. Actually, duct pressure is 0. APU bleed is on. Alright, let's go ahead and give him a call. Request pushback.
Giant 357 heavy, request pushback and engine start.
There's another 748. That's sick.
Giant 357 heavy. Anchorage ground. Pushback approved. Face south.
Pushback and engine start approved, face south, Giant 357 heavy.
Alright, auto throttle is armed, and heading will be 330, Alt P. Truck is coming, brakes released, clear to push. Alright, that's out the little side window. It's kind of upstairs view, trailing edge view. Looking good. I can't get over how good Jeff's voice is. I know, Zach. It's like, it's real life, man. His voice is real life. I might have to change this view. Should we do an upstairs view if you're on the hump? Yeah, let's do on the hump view. If you were on the hump looking down. Yeah, that's the new view we're saving right there. Cool. Alright, in the pushback, we're going to go to 3-3, so we need to turn to the left. I'm going to see what this tug driver does here.
ASAP for 1 at ramp 130.
My gosh, this is so. What I love about Beyond ATC is its real schedules. So it's obviously
Base
very
HERE for
busy
one,
right
Anchorage
now
ground, pushback and engine start approved.
in Anchorage. IRL, it's real busy in Anchorage. Oh, Magic Barrel Ref, thank you. Magic Barrel Ref, that takes care of that. 4,000 is set. Toga, auto throttle is armed. We're going up to 4330 on the runway heading. Let's dial that in. 330, 174. I think we're all set. Man, a lot of cargo traffic. And they're actually pushing us the right way. Welcome to the world of left alt P. I freaking love it, man. I absolutely love it. Alright, let's go ahead and start them up. Now, if I don't recall, I'm going to hit brake set, clear to start. I should have turned the beacon on. Beacon light is both on. So to engine start, we're going to just go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 1 and 1, I believe, right? I mean, for a default engine model, that looks pretty good. I think you can do 3 and 4 at the same time, right? I forget Phoenix Galaxy. I think it depends on the engine. Skybound, yeah. I just looked up whatever it was, and then I changed it to B. I mean, that engine count is pretty good. It's better than some payware we have. We'll start 3 and 4 at the same time. Prep the camera right here to start 3 and 4 at the same time. Overweight today? No, that's just Microsoft 2024, my man. Run them both, 2 at a time. Oh, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, my bad. Sounds like a 7-4. Yep. The beyond ATC traffic is goated, man. Except, are they about to collide? I don't know. Oh, I think he's on a taxiway. He's on a taxiway. Yeah, Joe Plains. Too bad the Gen X is mid IRL, right? PMDG 74 Anchorage. Defra, this is the default 74-8 freighter. Yes. It just got a bunch of updates in Sim Update 4. So, that's kind of why I'm also doing it. Alright, we got 4 good starts. Everything is in auto and on. Hydraulics look good. Trim needs to be set in green band. Wing anti-ice switch is off. I think you should be in auto, right? Wing anti-ice on. Auto. Wing anti-ice auto. Engine auto. 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 Because there is snow out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stab green band. Let's bring up... Can I bring up the flight controls here? What are you looking for in terms of stab green band? That's way too far aft. Oh, 5.5 maybe? Because that's what that says. I'm going to go 5.5. That might just be a bug. Default checklists. Alright. Normal. Alright. Let's go item override. Checklist complete. 4-start MCP takeoff CDU taxi. Alright. 4-start. Oh, skip that one. Before taxi. Anti-ice recall. We got a stab. We're going to have to come back to that. Flight controls ground equipment APU as normal before takeoff. Flaps 5. Alright, flight controls are free and correct. We're doing flaps 10. Wish they were a tad louder. Ooh, I love that slat deployment though. Flight controls again, so we can see it. Oh, we're going to flaps 10. Why do we have a stab green band light? I'm not sure. Alright, APU's coming off. Let's call for taxi.
Ace Air for 1. Contact Anchorage Tower 118.3.
Contact Tower 118.3, Ace Air for 1.
Giant 357 Heavy taxi for departure.
Giant 357 Heavy runway tree taxi via uniform Romeo Kilo.
Runway 33 taxi via uniform Romeo Kilo Giant 357 Heavy.
Sure I didn't miss any extra secret light switches. Alright. We are going to runway 33 uniform Romeo Kilo. Park brake released. Taxi light on. Oh yeah. Alright, so we're going straight out, uniform Romeo. Alright, checklist before takeoff, checklist complete. After takeoff, gear and flaps, we'll leave it as is. We'll just ignore, I wonder if we're going to get a takeoff config warning for the stab green band light. Kill the dome light now. So far so good, Ryan. We just have a stab green band light that I'm not sure what it's all about, but wing flex looks pretty good here on the ground. You can see the wings sagging off the cargo ramp. This will be Romeo Kilo down at the end. Trim is set to 5.5, as it requires in the box. Is that a national cargo over there? It is. National Cargo 744. That's cool. we're already doing 30 knots. I love that you capture that big airplane feel. The bigger the airplane, the slower it feels like you're taxiing. All right, we're headed down to 3-3 before takeoff. Checklists are complete. Speed brake is stowed. Trim is in the green band. We know where we're going. I guess we can get rid of the airport page down here. So we'll zoom this out. Oh, why not? We'll just keep it like that. All right, and weather is off. Everything else is set. We're about to find out if the light is malfunctioning or the box exactly. Are we delivering the gifts in the 747? X-Plane is dead? You bet. We're delivering a bunch of Microsoft 2024, what is it, like premium deluxe aviator duffel bags to all the kids in Alaska because we won't want them to fly X-Plane 12 anymore because X-Plane 12 is dead to me. What's the panel in front of the glare shield? Panel in front of the glare shield.
Giant tree 57 heavy.
This?
Contact Anchorage Tower 118.3. Have a good one.
He didn't tell us to hold short of anything, did he?
Contact tower 118.
Wait. No, here's 3-3 right here, so we're at the end right here. Slow down, baby, slow down. I love how the brakes, you really gotta... I actually felt pretty good.
Giant 357 heavy holding short, runway 33.
Giant 357 heavy. Anchorage Tower. Wind calm. Fly heading 330. Runway 33. Cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 330, runway 33, cleared for takeoff, Giant 357 heavy.
Alright, lights are set. I may get rid of this view. Nabil, remember the effects we had on the 2020 7.4? We had engine wobble, we had Zippy's wing flex mod, we had engine wobble mod, more right rudder Mike's cockpit textures. Yes, this is the default 748F with FtSim sound pack. That's the only reason I'm flying it. FtSim sound pack. X-Plane is dead and buried, man. I tried. I really wanted to fly X-Plane 12 today, but I just can't. I can't be bothered anymore. Alright, heading 330. VNAV is armed. We're going to be pretty light for this, so I'm going to stop and let's spool them up. Here we go, spool them up 40. Yoga's in chat. Not the worst I've heard. Thrust ref, Toga Toga. 80 knots. V1. Actually heavier. Rotate, up we go. Wow, that trim was a little out of whack there. I think our trim is a little off. Positive rate, gear up, fly with. Wow, that really took some rotation to get her airborne.
57 heavy. Contact Anchorage departure. Have a good one.
Contact Anchorage departure, Giant 357 heavy, have a good morning.
400 feet, heading select,
Anchorage departure,
level change.
57 heavy, good morning, 1,000 feet.
Flaps 5.
Giant 357 heavy. Anchorage departure. Radar contact. Climb maintain 17,000 feet. Altimeter 3018.
Climb, maintain 17,000 feet. Altimeter 3018. Giant 357 heavy.
All right, up we go. 17 is set.
Giant 357 heavy, turn left, heading 255. Expect further clearance in about 47 miles.
Turn left, heading 255. Giant 357 heavy.
255 set. Flaps up. Have takeoff checklist. Wow. Hey, sweetie. Oh, I got coffee delivery here. Stand by.
Base Air for 1. Contact Anchorage Center 133.7.
Contact Anchorage Center 133.7, Ace Air 41. Have a good one.
All right, got the coffee delivered. Where are we at? 250. We need to go flaps up here. We're good. I had my daughter came in with the delivery. 250. We're speeding up. 255 on the heading. I mean, people were saying the wing flex was bad on this. I actually don't think that's terrible. Do you? Hit the like button if you think this is something you may be flying. Wow, that is ugly ortho up there. What the?
Heading 030. Intercept the 7 left localizer. Vectors for the approach.
All right, now we can get up here. Now we're climbing.
Alaska 173.
All right, straight line, Command A.
Feet. Altimeter 3018.
Descend and maintain 3,400 feet. Altimeter 3018. Alaska 173.
Goodbye, Anchorage. All right, we got ourselves some coffee, chat. Too much wing flex? Oh yeah, on that view for sure. Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah, from the exterior. That looks like a wing test, you know? But it doesn't look as bad from this view right here. It looks like those wing stress tests. What's up, CSM? Good to see you, buddy. Oh, we got our nice warm coffee, Chad. We're cooking now.
Alaska 173.
787 wings. It does look like that, yeah.
Clock 14 miles. Report the field in sight.
Wait, did we hit a stick shaker? I had my sim muted when I was talking to my daughter. She's dropping off coffee and a cookie.
73. Cleared visual approach.
All right, there's 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and kill the lights.
Cleared visual approach 7 left. Alaska 173.
We'll get the wing light, logo light off. Everything looks good. You know, I did try running auto FPS. This is my first time running auto FPS, and I don't, because I updated it, and I don't think I even need it. I wonder if I should kill it. I wonder if it's, I don't want it to mess with, like, I heard it had, like, some dynamic settings now with the new version of auto FPS, but I didn't actually mean to launch it on this particular stream. But it almost looks like it's running some dynamic LOD situations out there. X-Plane is live and well, thank you. This looks pretty good visually, I must admit. Y-list. Look, man. I tried very hard to fly X-Plane today. It happens every time I get a CRC, a critical, I don't know, I posted it in the Discord. I try to update the sim, and it hangs, and it won't let me update. Yeah, Marcus, only, yeah, I don't need it. I'm pretty sure you don't need auto FPS nowadays. I haven't been running it on any stream. I just, after yesterday's internet debacle, it finally came back, and I was like, well, I'm going to do some cleanup. So I was, you know, updating auto FPS, updated a couple other things. I did a driver wipe because I installed the new drivers, and I wanted to make sure everything else was cleaned up. So, and then tomorrow I get my new monitor, and I'm really hoping that will minimize any future errors. But I think after updating the driver a couple days ago, we didn't have any, right? We had 5 AMD timeouts in one day. I updated drivers, and then everything has been, knock on wood, good so far. We'll set 340. I know, we're going to have to revisit the PC-24 to Serena Station, man. All right, 340 is set.
Center on 125.7, giant 357 heavy.
Now the question is, can we nav from here? According to my Boeing manuals, LNAV armed less than 90 degrees before the waypoint. Oh wow, look at this.
Giant 357 heavy, Anchorage center.
I mean, what are we thinking about this, guys? Are we yay, nay so far? I mean, this is my first full flight with this airplane. I gotta hand it to you. I don't know if it's the Brunner, which I know Brunner does a lot of work making airplanes feel good, but man, it actually felt very enjoyable on the climb out, on the rotation. This looks pretty mid. This might just be mid ortho over here. We're kind of going into no man's land, Alaska now. The landing lights aren't JPEG, I know. And the sounds are pretty. If we could fix some of the cockpit sounds, like I know we're missing some switch sounds and stuff.
Contact Anchorage center 119.7.
But I mean, look at the wing texture.
Contact Anchorage Center.
I'm actually more impressed than depressed, if I'm being completely honest.
Anchorage Center, giant
Have I seen the new SR-71? I have KW. Yeah, those pilots must feel like men flying the plane. I mean, the stories of the Blackbird, man, are just incredible.
Giant 357 heavy, Anchorage center.
The closest we're going to get to flying the Blackbird on this channel is going to be the Lear 35 later. I have no other mods, Brendan, right? That's what I love this sim, dude. Zero mods except the FtSim Sound Pack. Now, I did have, I believe I had an Anchorage scenery. I don't know whose it was. I want to say it was a free one that is compatible with 24. I don't even think it's like I don't know. But everything else is default. We're going to a default airport in Bethel, too. Nabil, it's an Acer. I just want to do the same one. 27-inch 2K monitor. I could pull the specs up for you right now. Because I was going to get something a little bit bigger, but I'm like, you know what? I want two identical monitors for my stream PC just to be safe. Or at least to just eliminate that loose end. Because I was doing a lot of digging about driver timeout errors with AMD graphics cards and having multi-monitor setup. And the other thing I need to disable is MPO, multi-pane something. You guys might know what that is. I need to also disable that. I'm trying to find, I thought I ordered it last night. It should be in my email here. I don't see it yet. I know it's an Acer 27-inch 2K. I'm scared to even like mess with my other monitor right now. Oh, that's us. Yep. Set standard. Oh yeah, we're getting ready to go over some sick mountains over here. I'm trying to load it right now. I don't have any signal in the HQ. Yes, yes. Man, I'm vibing on this wing view right
Clear for one, Anchorage center. Roger.
now. No, I don't want to fly with the 55-inch TV now. Working Title has done so much good work on the default 7.4. I'm sure they'll fix this down the road. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and we did the longest long haul on record for the channel in the Working Title 7.4 in 2020. We went Sydney to LA real time. And it was great. We had the sound, we had the FtSim, we had a couple of other enhancements. We had the 747 like effects package. You guys remember that? I don't even know what it's called. Where you had engine vortices, the vapor trails over the wings and stuff, vapor off the flaps, engine wobble. We modified the exterior of it in 2020, and I loved it, man. We couldn't. I flew it multiple times. SimFX, that's what it was. Thank you, Kip. SimFX. I mentioned this before, but I had an Acer 27-inch curved 2K, and it lasted me 2 years before it kicked the bucket. Oh, really? Man, I've had this one since 2019, and it's been amazing, so. Don't jinx me, Zach. Don't jinx me. I know there's better out there, but again, like I said, for my stream setup, I want to just minimize any possible instability issues. But I realized my other Acer that I have, it's really old. It's 60 hertz. I think I got it in 2016. So it's almost 10 years old, man. And the problem is when you run OBS on that other monitor and it's trying to... I went down the rabbit hole with the assistance of ChatGPT and tech forums and Linus Tech Tips. But my main monitor, Fred, is a 2K Acer 27-inch, curved. I love the curved monitor. Just enough curve on a 27-inch feels good. Google. So I was actually looking at those 32-inch for my home setup, for my home PC, because with Sim Update 4, I can actually run my home PC. It actually runs pretty dang good now, and I may actually start simming more. And what I might end up doing the next couple of days, since we're not going to stream over Christmas Eve, but what I would like to do is I have it set up now where I can do some recordings on the home PC, and I might be able to actually do some back to the regular videos. You know, I'd like to do a video of the Serena Station in career mode, a couple of things like that. But once you go 2K or 4K, my 1080p monitor makes everything look terrible, which is crazy because I thought, man, I don't know if 2K is worth it. I remember back in the day where I was like, is 2K worth it? 4K worth it? Nah, it's not worth it. Now when I go to my home PC and I turn on a 1080p monitor, it hurts me. It hurts my eyes. I can't believe the difference. We can blank the checklist. Auto brakes are disarmed. Everything is looking good. Now we can actually do a cabin tour as well, but let's hang out here on the jump seat view as we climb out. 1080 to 1440 is approximately 50% more pixels. That's crazy. Hunt 737, just Google FTSim 747-8, and you have to be, is the 747-8 a premium? I'm subscribed to FTSim, so I get some of the payware ones. I don't know if this one is or not, but FTSim, he released the 747-800 sound pack for 2020, and that's the one you download. But there's specific instructions, wow, look at that, that you need to do to make it work in 2024. And what I will do, if it's not done already, I will, when I end this stream, I will pin the instructions to getting the sound pack working in the Discord. I'll pin it when I get done. 4K is too demanding, 2K is a sweet spot. Wireless, I'm at 2K, and I don't plan on going to 4K. You know, in the future for any, you know, I don't plan on going to 4K. I'm not disagreeing, or I'm not discounting that it may be better. I just, the cost per performance or visuals over performance, like I don't know if it's there for me. Now, if I had a sweet PC at home, then I might, you know, get a 4K monitor for my home PC. But as far as streaming, you know, I stream in 2K. That's about as far as I want to push it. I don't want to stream in 4K. I don't want to stream in HDR. There's just too much. I tried to go back to 1080 when 24 first released, and it ran bad on my PC. I couldn't do it. It just looked so bad. Flight Sim's cool. I hear you, man. That's how I feel out of my home, on my home rig. And what's wild is the home PC that I have, it's not a slouch. I mean, that was the PC that ran the V1 for the whole, basically the entire time I've had this channel. There was maybe a couple of you in the chat remember, there was a point where I upgraded my GPU to the 3090, and I took a hacksaw to my case in the V1 Office OG, and people are like, don't take a hacksaw to it, you'll get metal shards on your motherboard. But that was after I already cut my case to fit in the 3090. That PC has been through so much. I'll never forget the first day I had that PC. I built it over 6 years ago. I built this brand new PC, and my rest his puppy soul, Stanley, the first day that I had my PC up, my Beagle went over to it, lifted his leg, and peed right on the PSU. Like, right where the holes, where the vents were, right on the PSU. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. But that computer had been through a lot. I'd moved that computer across the country 3 times. It's had a hacksaw put to it.
Giant 357 heavy contact Anchorage Center 1.
And it was one of the most stable running computers I've ever used. Oh, Brian, this is the default 747-8 freighter, correct. Sean, what's up, man? Crazier flying my old airline to my old village? Really? Best place to do absolutely nothing. Salmon's great, though. Sean, that's crazy, man. I ran Bethel Station with Northern Air Cargo. You should do 73800 flight, Northern Air Congo, Bethel to Boro. Great flying. Hey, Sean, I might have to do that, man. We have a 738 freighter. So the question is going to be this. For our second stream, we were supposed to do the Learjet. Ali Yubi just released Astrojet 737-800. Do we do another 7.3 stream or do we do Learjet stream? You can see the... I guess I don't need terrain up, but let me put weather up. I could start to see the clouds up there already. Low-level snow. Turn it off for now. Alright, we're leveling 340. VNAV speed here. $737 overload. I'll do a poll. We have to do a poll. We have to do a poll. We're going to do a poll. Alright, poll is up. Let me know what we're going to do after this. Is the Lear any good? Yes, it is good. It's a niche airplane. You know, I highly encourage anybody that wants the Lear to watch some videos of it before you purchase it. Because I feel like it's an airplane that if you don't understand what you're getting into, you may not enjoy it. And you may hanger it before you realize how much fun it actually is. So, you, number one, you got to learn how to set the bindings up properly. Bindings are a pain in the butt, but you have to have the proper bindings or else it's just not going to work the way you want it to work. And then you have to understand that the graphics, I'd say in the cockpit, mostly. The model is great. The cockpit panel is not the best textured panel I've seen. It's way better in this native update, but again, it's not the best I've seen. However, the way it flies, the way you have to manage it, I said it on the last stream, there's a level of satisfaction that you get when you shut down the Learjet after a successful flight that you really don't get with other airplanes because there's just so much going on. And it's so unforgiving. And it's so fast. Did I miss something? I can't find an Astrojet livery for the 7324 Nabil. Al Ayubi updated it. It's in the liveries on the Discord. It's on the, he posted it in the livery section. Departure brief is necessary in the Lear. Yes, departure brief is necessary. It's one of those airplanes where I have to be like, okay, I'm going to set up the airplane now. I'll talk to you guys later. And you're just going to watch me set up and prepare the Learjet, and then I can probably talk to you while taxiing as long as you make sure your rudder boost is on and you're steering straight. And then once we take off, I won't talk to you until 10,000 feet probably. Like, it's just, there's so much happening so fast. Now, if you use the PMS 750, I want to get it for 2024. I don't think I even have it for 2020. I don't even have it installed. PMS TDS, I can't remember which one I had. It will help alleviate some of that workload. But I'm rocking it with the 530. But there's little things that still bother me. So for one, it's an expensive airplane. If you owned it before with discount, the upgrade price to 2024 is over $40. So let that sink in. You know, everyone's up in arms about a couple of cups of coffee. This is, you know, a couple of cups of coffee and sandwiches for the kids and a couple of bottled waters. And there's still a couple of shortfalls. The N1 fan is a JPEG. The textures inside aren't the best I've seen. So it's niche. I just tuned in. How's the 748? I tried it once when 24 came out, and it wasn't that great. Embraer, dude, I agree. It was trash when it first came out. Just got a slew of updates here for the Sim Update 4. Yeah, so far, so good. What really has me flying it, Embraer, dude, is the FtSim. FtSim now can work with the default 7.4, and it's worth it. With FtSim, I actually really enjoy this airplane. I wish we had a different sound pack than the Gen X's, but it actually is pretty good. Yes, FlySim Lear, yep.
Giant Tree 57 Heavy Anchorage Center.
Logo lights, the SOD 340. I mean, are the sounds still terrible and the panel lights don't work? I tried it when it first came out. I was very excited for it, but I alt F4'd. I haven't tried it since probably the first month of release of the Sim. The Lears what brought you to the channel? Nice. Gray shirt, there is. Check the livery section of the Discord. You feel so good when you shut it down and you're still upright and not on fire. That is very true. Very true. It's the closest you're going to get to a missile with wings and or flying a fighter jet. Unfortunately, unless I can be compelled, I don't think I'll upgrade my Lear until I see it's worth it. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Also, with the upgrade now, you get all the variants, so there is that. So I'll give credit where credit is due. You are getting multiple variants. You get a Lear Cargo, you get a Lear Medical, you get a Lear Passenger, and then you also get a long-range version of the passenger and the freighter, I believe. So that's what, four variants. The cabin's all reflective of the variant changes as well. Sim famous, I know the wing flex is pretty heavy, isn't it? The speed in the Lear, yeah, everything's got to be done fast. You got to be on top of it. Yeah, KW, it won't be in career mode. I'm pretty sure the dev said he's not going to do it. There's a lot of hoops that a dev has to jump through in order to get an airplane working in career mode. There's a lot of Adobo hoops that are required, and I think some people just aren't doing it. And here's the other thing with, yeah, it's definitely snowing down there. The other thing with career mode is, I believe, I think it was TFDI who mentioned this in a video, that in order to be career mode eligible, your product has to be purchased from the marketplace. So even if you own the airplane but you didn't buy it in marketplace, to my understanding, that means you wouldn't be able to use it in career mode. Evan, what's up, my man? We are flying from Anchorage to Bethel, Alaska. Short hop. It's just a test flight here in our 748. We're going to see if we can do an ILS into a snowstorm. You know, I didn't even think to check the runway here at Bethel. I just looked where there was snow, and I said that's where we're going. What is the landing? What's the runway length at Bethel? FSS drops VNAV. Is there VNAV? Oh, is there really custom FMS LNAV VNAV out today? Why are you guys saying it's crazy work? What is the... Well, now I gotta look it up. Flight planner. We departed Anchorage. And we're going to Pabe. Bethel. Low IFR, winds 13 at 210. Where's the runway length? Best runway 19 or left or 19 or right recommended. 6390. Si 6390. 6,300 feet. 6,400 feet. Are you kidding me? Chat, we're cooked. ILS Zulu 19 or right. Off an arc. I tell you what, let's see if we can't load this up off of roller. Let's reset. Let's see this working title do some work. Departure, arrival. Index, arrival to pave. 19 or right Zulu off of roller. I want to do the arc. Let's make it do work off of roller intersection. Execute. We'll stay on this heading for now. Let me go to plan mode here. Man, I really want to... Someone really needs to make this work for the 7.3 box. Alright, so where's the arc? There's roller. Oh, we're coming in from... Maybe we should have done the other side. We should have done a weak, because we're coming in from the northeast almost. Let's try that. Hopefully we don't crash the box. Arrival. Transition, a weak on the other side. There we go. That's what I like. So Vita. I tell you what, let's go Vita to weak. The good weak. Vita weak, execute. And now we can step. Perfect. Alright. 6,300 feet, guys, gals. Where were my co-pilots? Not to mention ice on the runway. I did say this went poorly. Well, this isn't even a Barry Seal op. That's all right. We're gonna make it work, chat. We're gonna make this sucker work. 111.5 and 192. Now I believe it's auto. I believe it auto tunes in the 748. So we're not gonna mess with it. It should auto tune the final approach course and all that good stuff. We'll start the turn at 1,800, so it's 1,800 feet minimum, so we can drop down to 2,000 there. Because we're not going to go over the top. We're going to go down, we'll do this at 2,000 inbound. We'll descend to 1,800 feet. Actually, we can just go straight to 1,800. What the heck? Looks like there's no terrain on this side. 1,800 foot arc, ILS, not even a Cat 2 or 3. It's just a straight ILS with the Mauser A5. Well, we have enough gas to go back to Anchorage, which could be fun if we don't make it. What is the viz down there? Back to airport, weather. 6 miles, plenty of visibility, 6 miles. The broken at 300 has got me a little nervous. Freezing rain? Freezing rain ended 24 minutes past the hour. It's 54. Freezing rain? Chat. Freezing rain. That ain't good. Alright, we're coming up on TOD in 40 miles. 40 miles. Are we window view vibes? I don't know. I kind of like this airplane, guys. Oh, want to do a quick little cabin tour? Let me show you. I do like that there is no collision modeling. So you can kind of just walk through. Ah! I didn't... Okay. Sorry. Alright. Good thing we didn't just exit out. So, here we're in the lower deck. I wonder if you can open this nose. Can you open this? I didn't even think to try on the ground. I don't believe you can. It sure looks like you would be able to. It sure looks like you would be able to, but I don't know if you can. Pretty detailed cargo deck. That's up there where the flight crew is. You can from the FMC? I'll have to try that when we land, man. Remind me. Nice and warm, stash away in a 748 freighter. I mean, no wonder they use these things for freight. Look at this. Just massive. All the ULDs you could fit in here. Pretty neat. Why is the interior some of the more detailed ones in the sim? I actually don't know, Nabil. Maybe a working title, or I thought they mostly did FMS stuff. I just love having a 7.4. Astro Jetstream Friday. Possibly, yeah, after Christmas. Godspeed. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is the default 748 from Azobo. Punching above its weight, I think. May have to throw this in the room. I may have to look at the 400 and the passenger variant of this. Got to give the Hotstar 650 some love. Nah, X-Plane's dead to me, man. This is the default 748 Azobo, yes. Did you see Aer Lingus 320 stuff hitting the runway at Heathrow? Wow, 3.3 G. That's a lot. That's a lot of G's. No, I didn't see that, though. Why exactly is X-Plane dead? Because I spent 30 minutes trying to get it to update and it wouldn't update. And that's the second or third time that's happened to me. So, I'm tired of having to try to maintain X-Plane. There's just, it's so finicky. So finicky. Final question, Airbus or Boeing? Boeing. Anyone else getting weird black lines between engines and the start of the contrails? Oh, really? No. Are you using Chase Plane? Would you recommend a 5090 or 4090? 5090, if you could swing it, man, I'd always go for the 5090s. I'd go 5090. Matter of fact, if this other monitor does, and if I get this monitor tomorrow and then I still have issues later on, I might just do a new PC build myself. You'll be back, Felix will pull you back. Nah, AJ. Because you know what's, once the PMDG drops, there's no need for me to go back, man. The only reason I have X-Plane installed is for that stupid MD-11 that I love to fly that nobody wants to watch, and the Felis 747.
Giant 357 Heavy Anchorage Center, good morning.
Once I get the TFDI and the PMDG 7.4, there'll be no need to even have X-Plane on my system. I just don't understand why it would all of a sudden just... I have changed nothing to my X-Plane. So why does the download corrupt every time? It, you know, downloads a couple files and then it's like cycle redundancy check or CRC error. I posted the screenshot. And then you do it again and it goes past that file and error. It's just, meh. I mean, I tried. I really wanted to. I really wanted to fly X-Plane 12 this morning, but I can't. I'm reminded why. It frustrates me. Oscar Sick, just another Acer 2K curved. MD-11 was awesome even with illegal landing. When did we have an illegal landing? Man, I had the best MD-11 landing I've ever had was in Atlanta on that Delta MD-11 stream we did, last one we did. FMC message. Reset MCP altitude. Yeah. I can't hit the clear button with that. That is the worst position for the spoiler.
Giant 357 Heavy, approaching our top of descent.
Yeah, Steam is great. That doesn't help me at all, though, because I was a chump and bought it, like,
Giant
early
357
from
Heavy, Bethel landing runway 19 right.
Laminar. So I can't move it to Steam. I'm not buying it again.
357 Heavy.
What GPU do you have? For me, it was a little finicky with the
Giant
NVIDIA app overlay.
357 Heavy, descend
I wouldn't
maintain
use any
flight level
NVIDIA overlays,
320.
man. I would try. If you have NVIDIA, I never ran the GeForce Experience. I feel like that was just bloatware. It was going to cause issues. You have, when you have an NVIDIA card, you have your own you have your own NVIDIA GeForce panel. You don't need the GeForce Experience. I feel like that caused me so many issues when that first came out, and that was the thing. Oh, I had so many issues. And once I got rid of that, Smooth as butter. Now, I'm almost curious, Vodka, if adrenaline is the same thing. Like right now, I still don't have adrenaline installed. I just have the latest drivers, but I don't have adrenaline. I don't need, do I even really need it installed? I don't know. Let's see if she captures the VNAV path here down to 320. I guess we're doing the Lear as planned. All right, you guys asked for it. Wireless. If you're uninstalling it, I would just do a clean. I would unless you I would say do a clean install. No GeForce experience. That'd be good to go. I hate adrenaline uninstalled with issues. Dougal, I'm thinking I might keep it uninstalled. We'll see, Vodka. We'll see. Dougal, what card are you running? You run the same one I have? Yeah, I almost wonder if adrenaline was part of the issues. All right, here comes TOD. She should start down on her own. We'll see what happens here. Let's go back out to it. Sound like the engines are coming down a little bit. Bear X, in my opinion, yes. I prefer Beyond ATC over Say Intentions by a lot. Yeah, my TD jumped. I saw that too. Loving the 12 days of stream mass. What's up, Tyson? How you doing, bud? I overclocked 7900 XTX on adrenaline, adds 15% power for more FPS. Ooh, sounds dangerous. I too like to live dangerously. Not for a stream PC though. Now my engines are spooling up. We got to slow way down. Why are we're doing 7.2 Mach? Down we go now. Down. You don't play FtSim? I'm banned. Banned from FtSim. On Microsoft. My X-Plane still works, but maybe that's why. Maybe, you know what? I figured it out. Maybe it's FtSim. Maybe FtSim is hacking my X-Plane 12 now.
Anchorage Center, Giant 357 Heavy, flight level 334.
They want me to submit an ID. A long story short. We've talked about it many times. Many a time we've discussed it. But yeah. Dead to me. Indeed, Zach. Jason, they went as far as stream sniping me. That's what's crazy, dude. What's the purple speed tape? That should be a trend arrow, right? I'm unsure. Now remember, we are descent speed 254.
UPS 6 for heavy. Contact Anchorage Center 125.2. Contact Anchorage.
I don't know. There, it went away. There might have been some weird things. I'm going to need to keep going down, though, ma'am. I'm going to set 12 thou because this is the best part about Beyond ATC. I'm going to just fly what I want to fly because they're going to probably want to vector me for the ILS. Yeah, we need to start down. Is there initiated? Push in. Let's see if we'll catch up to it here. And what we can do is, for Beyond ATC, I'll just tune in on Bethel Tower. And I'll tune in when we're on final and we'll get a landing clearance. Best feature about it, as you can, well, not, there's a couple good features I like, but one of the best features. Why is the MD-80 dead to me, Delta fan? Because I can't get it to install right, man. So, you know, when you get the file, when you get the download, you have two folders, right? You have two MD-80 folders. There's like I can't remember what they're called. One of them is Anniversary Edition, and then the other one, I don't know if you're supposed to install both or what. I must have screwed up my install because when I load in, the exterior is new. I can tell. The exterior looks great, but my cockpit is absolutely trash. It's worse than 2020. So, and I'm not the only one with this issue. Somebody was on the other stream saying that they had a similar, and they have to like run an exe file inside one of the folders. I'm like, this is just typical Leonardo BS, man. Like, why can't we just have a simple install process with anything Leonardo? It's always problems. You know, PMDG, OC3, beautiful. I love how PMDG's got the OC3. It's simple, it's streamlined, it's snappy. Meanwhile, Leonardo is stuck in 2004. Now, it's not to deny that the airplane's not good, because the airplane is good. But it's just frustrating. Uninstall the old and then the new one only. You don't need to have both installed. I have to try that. Rack shift, yeah, VNAV will work. Yeah, VNAV works just fine. You can see here we're actually VNAV descent. We're catching back up to our path. So there we go. We're back on our VNAV. There we go. And we're going to keep going all the way down. Let's set 10. Because we know we're going to do that arc at 2,000. Wait a second. Do you guys see this reflection? That's an Airbus overhead reflection. I love the Zobo, man. Look at that. That's funny. That's some Airbus overhead panel there. There's no Airbus green in a 748. That's too funny. All right, checklist. Descent. Recall checked. Auto brakes. Auto max, please. Auto max set. Landing data. Let's take a look at this. Init ref. We're going to be flaps 30, 159. Minimums. Oh, now she's diving over. Minimums. Approach. ILS Zulu. 19er right. 320 in the barrow. So we're going to put you barrow mins 200. Oh, that went up fast. I don't know what that magenta line is doing. That looks like a speed trend arrow. Wow, this is really fast. Wow, it's so fast I can't get it to 200 on the barrow. What did we say? 320 on the barrow, right? 320 on the barrow. All right, 320 on the barrow is set. Not sure what this purple line, it's got some issue there. We're in throttle hold, so we're going to come back to idle. Let's go ahead and get that speed. Let's go ahead and keep coming down here. Keep coming down. FtSim itself is fine, but sadly run by a bunch of old dinosaurs. There goes my account. Oh, careful, dude. You're going to get banned, my man. Any builds installer works great? Yes, it does. I just did a landing calc for the 738 into PABE. It's going to be spicy. Uh-oh. AFO, I know ATC add-ons from 20 years ago. I remember default FSX ATC. Good stuff, man. Since Leonardo is dead, why not the rotate MD-80? Well, my X-plane is dead. I've buried 2 flight sim add-ons this week. I've buried the rotate, or excuse me, I've buried the Leonardo MD-80, and I've buried X-plane 12. They will remain dead to me until the new year, probably. Would you ever play anything else? No, not really. I'm going to have to open the cargo door gray shirt. I'm going to try that on the ground. Yeah, the default 2004 ATC. You know, for 2004, you got to hand it to Microsoft. I mean, it was pretty good. Like, it would vector you. I don't remember it being too terribly bad in the vectoring. You know? I know it always vectored you way out for an ILS. US Air 357. I remember one time I was so pissed I set up a flight in the Captain Sim 757 to go from Philly to DFW because that was I was commuting back to Dallas from Philly, and I flew on a 75. So I got home and I'm like, all right, I want to do the same flight I just did. So I set up this 757 Captain Sim, you know, at 9 frames per second. Back in the day, Captain Sim was you know, study level 7.5 material, and did everything right. I'm going to use default ATC. Everything's going to be perfect. I'm doing it real world. So I set up my flight, Philly to DFW. I go take my dog for a walk. I come back, and I come back to a splash of the splash screen of my 7.5 and another, was it like another airplane, like frozen? It says crash. And remember the green? It was like a green band with red letters. It said you crashed, and I hit another airplane. I hit another default traffic en route because I filed the wrong altitude. I was flying west at an even or at an odd altitude. No, an even, whatever it is, opposite. Yeah, east is odd, west is even. So I was flying opposite that, and I guess I flew into another AI traffic. I was so pissed. I remember too, Jason, just I taxi out and you have, 10, 15 AI airplanes in front of you. I'm like, what is this? I don't want to wait for all these AI airplanes. Yeah, AZ, another one, man. I have another horror story. Long haul. Default 7.4 Pacifica, or no, Landmark? I think it was a Landmark airline. What was the purple one? Wasn't there a default purple livery? I did a long haul as best as I could in the default 7.4. And I'm taxiing into St. Martin because I landed St. Martin. And I'm going into the ramp, and one of those freaking baggage carts ran in front of me, and it just goes, crash detected. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I couldn't watch the replay. I couldn't do anything. It just resets. I saw the cart coming, and it said, crash detected. Done. Ice buildup on the windscreen. Where? World travel. That's what it was. World travel, yes. The Captain Sim, I don't recall having the Captain Sim 777. I had the Captain Sim 7.5 and a couple other of their stuff. But then I got the Quality Wing 7.5, and I really enjoyed that. Oh, now that we're up. There's an Adobo thing. Throw us way off our VNAV there. Our altimeter change. All right, let's finish this up. Approach briefing is complete. We're going to do the arc to the mist if we don't stop. Altimeters are set. Landing checklist is all we got left. I'm going to stow the brake right now. Once we hit 10,000, I'm going to slow down, and then we will discontinue our descent. My first ever was a Citation X in 2004. First Payward Aviation dude. Yep, that was another great one. FSS Reless VNAV. We could do VNAV, or could do an FSS stream later. I have to set it all up though. That seems like a lot of work. Oh, Dougal, the Level D 7.6 was the pinnacle of study level airplanes. And that was before, if I'm not mistaken, the Level D 7.6 was out before the PMDG NGX. Because Level D was out, that was an FS9, right? When it first released? Either way, it doesn't matter. The Level D 767 to this day, if you could get it to work, is still one of the... It is probably the only most advanced airliner out there. It's more than Flight Factor. The Level D 767 has more systems than Flight Factor ever will on the 7.6. But yeah, the Level D was great, man. Real-time tech. This is the FtSim Gen X sound pack. You can get it to work with the 2024 7.4 now. You just have to do a couple tweaks, and it's in the Discord. I will pin it after the stream I'll remember. But if you just search for FtSim, you'll see a post by Infian, and he posted the instructions on how to do it. It's very easy. You basically just have to. You're just changing the path of the sound pack. You got to create a folder, rename it, and then put the sounds in that folder, and it's pretty much done. If I wasn't so scared of my PC being unstable, I would show you guys right now on stream. But and now that I read about all the stuff about the monitors being way off in their refresh rates and potential issues. I have PTSD from opening up multiple windows, and Chrome is also really bad. I should get away from Chrome. I'm just so comfortable with it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull the brake. We're gonna do some manual stuff here. I'm gonna select 250, and we're gonna go level change. We're gonna get out of VNAV. We're gonna go 250. Speed brake is out, and I'm gonna set 6,000. Flight level change speed, idle thrust. She's gonna start coming down here. We're gonna get these lights now before we forget. Landing lights are all coming on.
All aircraft be advised, information November now current, altimeter 3024.
I don't know why she's not pitching down to maintain speed. I think we might have thrown her off. Let me see if I can go vertical speed. There we go. Vertical speed 1,000. Well, now it's going to put it in speed mode. It's trying. It's got issues, but it's trying. I should have just left it in VNAV. Do you think I should buy it? Buy what? This is a free. This is default, man. This is default 748. You mean FtSim? Yeah, man. A couple bucks a month. He's got a ton of good sound packs out there. I mean, if you don't want it, you can just spend the $2 or whatever for a month and download what you want to download, and then you don't have to download anything else. Yeah, the Soundset. I would check it out, man. If you're not familiar with FtSim, go check out his Patreon page. It's a subscription thing, but like I said, you can pay for 1 month. It's like $1.99 or something. And once you have a membership, you can download whatever you want. If you like flying the 748, man, be honest with you. Ask me again after we land, but I have been impressed so far. Obviously, there's still some weird stuff with the VNAV. We kind of got a little wonky there with the VNAV. But the sounds and hand flying it on the departure was surprisingly enjoyable. I'll let you know how it is on the approach after this landing. All right, so we know we can arc at 1800. 1800 is set. We're going to continue on down. Glide slope is on. 30, 159 is set. Lights are set. Down we go. I think I should have fixed this manually. I should have gone in here to the legs page, and I should have made Wiki 1800 footer. We're actually going to be pretty low at 1800. I tell you what, let's set 3000 for this arc. And let's throw the weather radar on. Definitely got some snow out there. Evan, not a salty mod. No, I believe that the default 748s, they were all worked on by Working Title, and they're part of the sim now. And the sim update 4 in particular had quite a few updates to the default 747s. So that's what that initially brought my attention to the airplane. I was like, oh, look at all the 747 changelog stuff. And then once I saw that you could do sound pack, sign me up. Sign me up. Let's get the sounds up even more here for the approach. I bought SimFX with their promise to bring it 24. Now they're saying, JK, we've moved on. Yeah, Nabil, that's ridiculous, man. That sucks, dude. 5 knots fast here, we're speeding. That's all right. It looks like that cloud layer is breaking up a little bit, though. That's good. We still have to figure out how to land this thing. Its gross weight is 740,000. What's our max landing weight? According to SimBrief, I took way too much cargo. 763, so we're good. We're below that. But we're pretty dang heavy to be landing on a 6,400-foot strip, guys. We may go off the end. Remember, testing. It's a testing stream. It's for testing purposes only. I'm going to force engine anti-ice on. Just to be safe, we'll leave the wings in auto. Look at that, EAI, engine anti-ice on. Alright, I'm going to shallow out. We're going to go into very scary mode here. I'm going to set 1800. I'm going to start shallowing out the vertical sped. I'm also going to start slowing us down on the arc. We don't need to be doing 250 knots on the friggin' arc, which we're already kind of getting behind here. I need to get flight recorder ready too, because this is going to be one we want to save. I've also, FlightSim guide, man, remind me to show you guys my new default brakes for the sim for my MFG crosswinds. I've made a modification to my brakes, and I think it's way more realistic as far as curves are concerned. It's kind of my new profile that I apply to airplanes across the whole sim. Is this harder to fly than the 7.3? No. No, it is not. Well, she's joining the arc. She doesn't like that flap, that speed brake. Love those Kruger flaps though, man. Boeing is sweet. I'm becoming a Boeing fan, Chad. That's not good. What's that? That sounds like autopilot disconnect. Oh, everything's on. Kiwi, they almost looked volumetric, didn't they? That's a thing. Is volumetric clouds only on default airplanes? Look at that leading edge. Hit the like button for 747 stuff, guys. If you want to see 747, that's how you tell me if we do more of these streams. Because I can see average likes per video and all that, and if I can see the ratios between views and likes, and if the ratios are high for certain videos, I tend to stream those more, because that's how you guys tell me you like seeing that airplane or that content. Go flaps 10 here without getting a gear horn. Gray autism, I hope so, because I think there's some couple of good liveries for this airplane too we could check out. Alright, we're flaps 10, we're slowing back to 180. Alright, speed brake armed. We're standing by gear and flaps. We're right on VLS. It's come up to like 190. The recording is on. Let's call tower.
Bethel Tower, Giant 357 Heavy, ILS Zulu runway 19 right.
Giant 357 Heavy, Bethel Tower, wind 230 at 13, runway 19 right, clear to land.
Runway 19 right, clear to land. Giant 357 Heavy.
Alright, clear to land. 190 right. Now I'm curious to see how she does this turn, and then we're going to arm it. Bank angle check. The clouds almost look volumetric. I think it's just because of the wing light. Here comes the turn, 1800 or above. Case is at 1800, so we're well below. We're looking good. Let's go ahead and arm. Lope captured. Glide slope. Heading 190. There's flaps. I don't think we can go flaps 20. I'll get a gear horn at flaps 20, right? What did I say? Autism? What? I don't know what I said. Autism Meyer? What? Oh, Gray Austin. Shoot, my bad, dude. My bad. Listen. Coffee hasn't fully kicked in yet. Did you figure out the conversion rate to how many frou-frou coffees are PMDG upgrade? 3, Gray Shirt, 3. 3 at $7 plus airport tax is like $1.50, $8.16.24, and then you're close to $30 right there. Depending on which airport you're at, it may even be more than that, maybe $9. All right, case 1800. I don't see any ice accumulating, so we may just shut the engine and ice off as well for performance. Let's go ahead and kill those. Let's go back to auto anyway. Outside air temp is +3. We're in the prime zone for it. We'll leave them in auto. It looks like even in auto they're staying on, so maybe they're on for a reason. That's good. Here comes the glide slope. $9 for a small at LaGuardia? Yeah, pretty much. Alright, glide slope captured. We're going to set 5,000 for the mist. Land 3. Do we just let this sucker auto land? Let's go gear down. Flaps 30. 150. What was it? 159 plus 5. Oh my gosh. 164.
1,000.
1,000 feet stable, clear to land. Flaps 30's coming in. You know, I didn't even check to think if reverse works. I don't think reverse is going to work because I'm using a 146 profile for 4 engines. That's not good. Golly. I have control.
500. 400.
Glide slope. Oh man. Oh, I see the runway lights. Glide slope
300.
correcting. Wow. Wow. Auto throttle's off. Shoot, the auto throttle just cooked us, chat. The auto throttle just cooked us.
100. Minimum. Sync rate. 50, 40, 30.
We're done.
20,
We're smashing.
10.
Oh my word. I've got no reverse. I don't have it bound. Auto brakes max. I don't have reverse or bound. I don't have auto throttle disconnect up here, so it... Oh, my word. That's all right. That was nasty. We're going to redo that one on the...
Giant 357 Heavy, exit next available taxiway.
I tried F2. It didn't work. Oh, my gosh. I'm still on the brakes full. I am full on the brakes. We need to go left or right? We need to go right. I don't want to know what that landing rate was. I don't want to know. The brakes are cooked, man. Look at the viz down here.
ground 121.7.
Ground. Giant 357
I don't think
heavy.
these taxiways are equipped for 747-800s. Like and subscribe for an absolute slammer.
Giant 357 heavy.
Ah, that was terrible. I don't have, yeah, I don't have disconnects. I was,
Giant 357 heavy, ramp
jeez,
58,
whatever.
taxi via Alpha. Hold short runway 12.
Ramp 58 via Alpha. Hold short runway 12. Giant
How many
357
creases
heavy.
did we add to the fuselage? I don't even want to know, man. I gotta stop the recording right there. We'll just go to this cargo ramp. Oh my word, I just saw our landing rate. I just saw our landing rate. What do you guys think? It's every bit of it, I promise you. Oh my goodness. Minus 400? If you could, if only. Wow, digital Merc, that's pretty close.
Cross runway 12 at Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha Bravo. Hold short runway 12.
We're crossing 30 and we're going to the
Runway
ramp.
12 at Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha Bravo. Hold short runway 12. Giant
I don't think that
357 heavy.
taxiway can hold a 7.4, so we're gonna go here.
Giant Tree 57 heavy. Cross runway 12 at Bravo. Continue taxi via Alpha Charlie Delta.
And we're gonna go to cargo over here.
Cross runway 12 at Bravo. Continue taxi via Alpha Charlie Delta. Giant 357 heavy.
Is there a brake temp that we can check? Where is it under? Hydraulics. Where's the brake temp? Engine. Gear. Brakes are 220s and climbing. Keep in mind it's 1C of freezing rain outside, so that's pretty good. I'm going to leave the lights on because we're just going to go into replay mode. I want to see the replay mode with the lights on. Holy low vis, man. We should have brought the 7.3 in here with the HUD. This is just a default airport. We're going to park anywhere we want. I'm not too worried about running over these taxiway lights. Let's just park it right here. Boxes don't bitch. Amen to that, man. That's the truth. I mean, that felt like an absolute monster when I took control. I should have hand flown it further out. All right, let's go ahead and. I don't even want to tell you the landing rate, but if you're on Volanta, if you see the vertical stream, a beautiful arc. This is one of the better arcs I've seen any airplane fly, let alone a default to Zobo airplane. That is a perfect arc to the loc capture on Volanta. It's over on the vertical stream. I'm going to end that flight. No temp sensors. They melted with the brake test. We're 220 aside and in freezing rain, so that's pretty good. Let's take a look at the replay. Replay is on. I'm going to run it forward.
2,500.
I got to set the flaps. So the flaps are coming out on their own? Cool. Yeah, the flaps are going to come out on their own, right? Yeah, they're going to do their own thing. Call the chief pilot after blocking. We're going to do a landing. We're going to do another attempt at that landing because I want to see for real how this airplane hand flies. I need to get an auto throttle disconnect bound. I don't have that bound. And then I just got out of source there. That was a terrible approach. No excuses. That was terrible. We got high, low, low, high, smash. But man, I went to flare and there was no there was no flare. Brake mod. Yes, FlightSim guy. Let me get you after this touchdown. I'm not going to forget. I'm going to hold my coffee so I don't get tempted to do another replay. Look at this. This is great visibility simulation here too. So up until Sim Update 4, I'd say that the lights in low vis weren't very realistic and that X-Plane was more realistic, but the way the runway lights appear in low vis now, it seems much more realistic. Watch this. So we definitely destabilized right around 400 feet. We should have gone around.
400.
Real time, yeah, it does actually. But you see that? You see the rabbits?
300.
See the rabbits first, and then you can see the approach light system. Okay, now the airport environment is inside, or the runway environment is inside. You can continue. Shoot, the wind's blowing 30 knots across here too. 14 knot crosswind. See, my thrust was juiced up. That was the auto throttle, wasn't me. Watch this slammer, man. Tried to save it. Oh! I don't have reverse bound, so I think I eventually got it to come out. According to Volanta, that landing rate, 861 feet per minute. 861. Oh my goodness. Now, for testing purposes, I'm going to just practice one more time here. So we're going to watch more replays, but I'm going to stop replay. Now I should have control. Yes, I have control.
400.
Yep, correct. It's going to get a little wonky here. I'm going to fix that, and then we're going to do another landing.
300.
A little bit low. I'm trying to fix that.
200.
Drag this one way in. Guys, I like the way this airplane hand flies. There definitely feels like you're flying a heavy. There's no doubt about it.
100.
This doesn't have any of that
50,
paperweight.
40, 30, 20, 10.
That's what we should have done right there. That's what we should have done. I got to bind reverser somehow. They're not bound. What does full reverse sound like? I'm gonna have to bind. I only got idle reverse. That's what we should have done. What's the ELT I hear on guard? My goodness. All right, one more of the close-up. Actually, I want to do. Watch this. We're gonna go flyby view, reset view. Watch this. This is gonna be a sweet shot. Gear sync, yeah, Nabil. Default airplane gear sync for sure. Still an issue. Will that ever get fixed? That I do not know. Alright, let's watch this. I think we're going to have to fly this more. If we hit 210 likes before we end the stream, we'll fly the 748 more. I mean, that's just, it actually flies really nice. Feels like it does anyway. That thrust up to save it. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. And I got no reverse binding, so it doesn't pop anything. There go the spoilers. We got to get a wing flex fix. We do need a wing flex fix. I mean, look at the modeling under the flaps. It's not. I mean, for $395 for a 748, I can't say I'm disappointed. All right, I'm gonna wind it back, going into the layers like this. We're gonna end it here because I gotta start prepping for our next stream. So, thank you all for tuning in. I'm gonna wind this back too. A little dark, a little darker. All right, sales coming up, replays coming on. Enjoy the approach into Bethel, Alaska. Pretty spicy. I had fun. I'm glad we did it. Oh my goodness, rudder settings, rudder settings, rudder settings. Yep. Listen, hold on. I'll show you. Default, well, really brake settings that I have. I'm going to show you. This is my MFG crosswinds. It's labeled B39A because I screwed up the labeling. But anyway, so brake axes. I have found this to feel much more realistic to pressing real brake pedals. If it's straight linear, it's almost like you just add a little bit of brake and you're right at 50% brake application. And on an airliner, brake by wire or anything like that, that's a lot of brake. So this to me feels much more believable in terms of my MFG crosswinds with the brake axes. Now for this particular airplane, I will also show you where I'm going to leave my rudder in terms of curve. I run this for my rudders on. This is my generic airliner rudder. Now, when I get a new airplane, you know, the Fenix, I don't think I use curves on the Fenix, but this is my generic applied all, and then I tweak from here. And you'll notice I don't like to use curves on the rudder because I feel like when you use curves, you ramp up the rate of pressure at an abnormally quick rate. So it feels like it's more believable for me to have an extremity dead zone where it kind of shallows it out, but it's all linear with the rudder pedal. Now, if you start flying props, then this is not going to work for you, because if you have to steer on the ground, you may need full right rudder. Where the problem with this comes in is if you need that full right rudder axis to turn on the ground, then curves are probably going to be the only way to go, especially or if you're doing spins or anything like that. But generic airliner stuff, this is where I set my rudders at. I find it's a sweet spot, but I was more impressed with the feeling of my brakes. I like the way those brakes respond in the sim with the curve than straight linear as well. So, all right. That said, thanks for reminding me. Hope that helps. Try it out. You know, if anything, if you don't like it, try it out as a starting point and then tweak from there. But I feel like it's a pretty believable brake application for us. All right, here you go. 748 into Bethel, Alaska, 1 or 2 more times. Enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Again, do apologize that we didn't get to do our X-Plane 12. X-Plane 12 probably not going to be around for me unless I can figure it out on a day where I'm just feeling really sick and want to figure it out because I don't want to figure it out anymore. But I enjoyed the 748. Sounds are awesome. I'll post the fix in the Discord to get the FtSim to work. And until the next one, thank you all for the support. Hitting that like button, super chats, milestone chats. You guys are awesome. Hit the like button for me on the way out if you haven't already. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you on the next one. If I don't, have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you!
Forty.